Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex and I would absolutely love it if you want to support me, if you want to support the channel, if you so decide. After you viewed the content, no one's asking y'all to subscribe or anything the minute you get here, but if you, especially for those of y'all who have been coming every day and you've been debating, right? I would absolutely love it if you would support the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. That way it gets the videos out there and inspires me to keep creating, and it helps the channel to grow. Before we begin, I do have Twitter. I'll put it right here, and you can follow me there for more reality TV show mess and nonsense and just thoughts that I have about shows that maybe don't make it here. Anyway, today we are going to be recapping the challenge season 40, and this is Battle of the Eras. I'm very excited for this season. I have watched the challenge on and off for a very long time. I don't even know how much. So I'm very excited to see this season. I'm excited to see how it shakes out. I think that this is going to be a very interesting season. And we will see. There's a lot of rivalries. There's a lot of friendships. We already kind of see those dynamics starting to form in this first episode. So let's get into it. As I just said, it is Battle of the Eras. We have 4 eras. I'm going to quickly go through who's in each era, but there'll be these nice little charts on the screen so you can refer back to them whenever we talk about them. So we have Era 1, and these are people that were in seasons 1 through 10. And we have Anissa, Brad, CT. We all know CT. Darrell, Derek, Jody, Katie, Mark, Rachel, and Tina. That is season 1, or era 1, I should say. Era 2 is seasons 11 through 20. We have Aviv, Bananas. We all know Johnny Bananas. Very, very popular guy. Brandon, Cara Maria. We all know Cara. Derek, Emily, Kellyanne, Laurel. We all know Laurel. Laurel and Cara. Their rivalry spans many, many seasons. Nehemiah and Ryan. Then we have Era 3. This is seasons 20 through 29, right? I hope I'm right there. Amanda, Avery, Corey. We all know Corey. Corey Wharton. He's also on Teen Mom now. Devin, Janae, Jordan, Leroy. We all know Leroy. Naya, Tony, and Tori. And then Era 4. This is the modern seasons. Horacio, Jenny, Josh. We know Josh from Big Brother. Casey from Big Brother. Kylan from Big Brother. Michelle, Nerese, Olivia. We know Olivia from Love Island. And then we have Pauly, Big Brother, and Theo. So those are the people in our 4 eras. We are starting with 40 people. And right off the bat, TJ tells us, look, half of y'all are going, okay? Or was it half? So it was weird because I felt like in episode 0, he said half originally. But in this episode, we learned that 8 people are leaving. So a good chunk of the crowd is being whittled away. Not sure how I feel about this because there was speculation that this season was going to be 40 episodes because it's season 40. I don't think it's actually going to be 40 episodes, but we are whittling away quite a few people within this first episode. So getting into it, we find out right off the bat that, again, this is the Era Invitational. Okay, this competition is called Light It Up. They have to put together a puzzle that is in the shape of the number 40. Then after they finish the puzzle, they have to get onto a boat. They gotta roll their little boat across the river, and then they have to put the lights in the number 40. The lights are on the buoys. They have to collect these buoys and then get the lights while they're rowing their little boat. And then once they get over to the other end, they have to put the lights in the sign in order to light up the number 40. So right off the bat, we learn the losing male and the losing female from each era is automatically going to be sent into the elimination. And then everyone else has to go into the chamber to plead to not be the other one going in against your era. So you basically have to kind of fight against your own era from the beginning. So right off the bat, we learned Olivia does not want Nurys to win because they were on the same team last season. They had beef, and she would likely send her straight into the elimination round. Cara Maria, we see her. She's starting to put her little puzzle together, and already she is looking lost. We know Cara is not the best with puzzles, but apparently she said somewhere out there that she's been practicing puzzles, I think. So good for her, because not her strong suit. Cara Maria is a really good physical competitor, but you know, we don't always see it with the mental. So at this point,
however, coming into this season, I have to beat Laurel. I feel like my entire career has been trying to just catch up with Laurel, because whenever I was available to be voted into elimination, I was voted in by Laurel.
She does want to beat Laurel. As we know, Cara and Laurel have had their rivalry for a very long time. She feels that her whole career has been just trying to beat Laurel. So she said, you know what? If there's one thing I'm about to do on this show, it's beat Laurel's. Okay, now Laurel says, look, me and Cara, we are rivals, okay? They make it evidently clear those two still have not worked out whatever they got going on. Laurel is the first one to make it to the boat. She's rowing. Laurel is already across the way. She is doing quite good. Casey goes next. You know, we learned that obviously Casey and Nany, they are engaged right now. They're still doing well, so Casey wants to win for them too. Great story. Casey makes it. And we know Casey's not always the strongest competitor on the challenge. So for Casey to be like second to the boats was not bad. Not bad. Not too shabby. Tony is struggling. Tony's struggling.
That's not it. Check. That's not correct. Incorrect. That's not correct. Incorrect. What?
We see him trying to put the 40 together, and he is putting the pieces on backwards. I'm like, Tony, I know you not. I know you're in your 50s, but I know you're not doing this. Every single second, TJ's like, wrong, 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 wrong. He keeps putting that top piece on backwards. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I'm like, I know you're not. I know you're not. And Nurys, you know, she's like, look, me and Olivia had a blowout at this point, so I really want to beat Olivia. We were friends, but last season, things did not go well, okay? In season 39, them two? So Corey is struggling with the puzzle a little bit. Corey also not a huge mental competitor. We know Corey has made it to 10 finals, but he still has yet to win. Okay, so Corey definitely has the physical strength. Obviously, we see he's jacked, he's big, but yeah, the puzzles ain't it for him. But he says, look, I've been practicing with my daughters. And remember, that man got like, what, 3 kids now? He has 1 with Cheyenne and 2 with, what's her name? Taylor. Tyler? Taylor. I think her name's Taylor. Now, Horacio is like, look, my only alliance in this house is Nurys and Kyland. Obviously, he's dating Nurys, and then him and Kyland, you know, they got strong last season as well. And we go back out to the ocean, and we see Tina, and Tina is trying to stand on the...
This teacup in the water, it bobs and weaves. I might be half Vietnamese. That is not innate.
She's standing on the boat trying to paddle, and her boat flips over. And a lot of these people are trying to stand up and paddle the boat. And it's like, why are we standing and paddling? Like, I don't know. I feel like that makes it very easy to capsize. So I was a little confused at why so many were standing up and paddling. But yeah. Anyway, at this point, we go back and forth, and okay, about midway through, we get this little screen here about who's currently in last place. Okay, we see from Era 1, it is Mark and Katie, and we know that because Mark did not do well on the puzzle. So, of course, he's in last place. Era 2, it is Ryan and Emily who are in last place. Era 3, it is Devin and Naya in last place. And then Era 4 is Theo and Nerese. So that's kind of like at that midway point, that's who we see is struggling. And it does check, you know, it mostly checks with, you know, the puzzle speed, different things. A few of them, like I said, had a lot of trouble with these boats. So our first winner is Laurel, okay? Laurel wins, and Bananas is the male that wins. And Cara Maria comes in second, of course. Laura and Cara, they are hand in hand, neck and neck, but it is Laurel that ends up pulling out the win. Of course, Cara is worried because she's like, look, like, me and Laurel are rivals. Like, she would, if it was up to her, you know, she would automatically send me in. CT and Rachel win for Era 1, okay, while Leroy...
I cannot believe that I just came in last place on the very first challenge, and I am one of the 16 people that's going to elimination round.
is in the water capsizing, okay? Leroy's like, please help me, help me. Poor Leroy, okay? Okay. Now, Michelle wins, okay? And at this point, she's like, look, Olivia is my ally. I really love Olivia. I don't want her in the elimination. She is somebody that I really care for strongly. So if I could save her, I will. And then Horacio also ends up winning for the male. And lastly, you know, we have Corey win, and he also wins with, with Tori. Corey and Tori. So, Anissa and Katie, they were struggling with the puzzle, okay? We get to, like, we flash back to the puzzle, and Anissa and Katie, they are both just struggling. I'm like, Anissa, come on, girl, let's get it together. Let's move faster. Let's move faster. I know, like I said, I know y'all, you know, I know, Anissa, you're from Era 1, but like, let's move a little faster on that puzzle, okay? Them two, they were not doing well. And at this point, Nerese, she loses, okay? She is last place for her era, which is Era 3. So she knows now she is up for elimination. Obviously, she and Adam, they are a couple as well, you know, so she wants to play for that. She's really, like, it's near and dear to her heart. But as we know, Nerese does have some rivalries in this house, too. Now, Devin is struggling over on that boat, okay? And so many people are like, Devin's a competitor. Devin's strong. Devin has a great, you know, record, whatever. But Devin is on that boat struggling. He is spinning. He actually ends up at some point swimming back over to shore because he's struggling so badly. And Leroy is dead last, okay? And Devin is like, look, Leroy's shady. Like, I don't like what he does. I feel like he plays this game very shady, and he's not somebody that I particularly would want to be close with. Okay, and there's a lot of Leroy shady, Paulie's shady. You know, again, we're already starting to see who are the snakes. Who don't people want to be associated with? And it's them. So, finally, after a long while, we find out the losers and the winners. So for Era 1, our losers are Katie and Mark. Okay, so remember, these people are all going straight into the elimination. Era 2, our losers are Ryan and Kellyanne. Number 3, Leroy and Naya. Obviously, Leroy was like struggling on that boat. And then last, we have Nerese and Theo, which by proxy is our winners. And our winners are the ones who are going to determine the next set of people to go into the elimination. So we have CT and Rachel. Surprise, surprise. CT's winning another competition. Then we have Laurel and Bananas. Again, surprise, surprise, Bananas winning a competition. Then we have Corey and Tori, which was crazy. I thought it was crazy that Corey ended up pulling out the W. But again, like I said, Corey has pretty good physical strength. And if he really has been practicing puzzles, we gonna see then. And then lastly, we have Michelle and Horacio. So they are the winners. And obviously, now it is time to go deliberate, hang out, and figure out who is going to go into the chamber. Well, they're going to go into the chamber to deliberate who's going to go into the elimination. So already off the bat, Ryan says, look, I don't really trust Laurel. She has a long history with Nicole from previous seasons. She's just not somebody that I would particularly want to be aligned with. But he does realize that, look, I need to put that all aside. We are in the same era. We have to be able to come together. We're going to see about that. Now, Derek, in general, does not want to go against Ryan. He wants to keep him on his good side. So, you know, if he's saying, I don't like Laurel, he don't like Laurel either, I guess. Now, Amanda says she's never worked with Tori, but for her, it's either Amanda, Janae, or Avery. Those are kind of her three that she would pick. Laurel wants to keep Emily in the game because she's huge and has big muscles, and she's just a good asset to have in these physical comps for her. But for her, it is obviously between Aviv, because she doesn't know Aviv. Aviv has been on one season 19 years ago, I think it was, and Kara, which we know why Kara. Now, Paulie and Kara, they are together, and obviously Kara has been freaking out all throughout this. She's worried, and Paulie's like, look, like, I just told her, like, go talk to these people, you know? That's all you can really do. Try to get good with them, you know? Don't let that beef, like, take over. Tony asked Corey, like,
have the best player on your team. I want to be the best player here. Don't you want that?
If I'm trying to keep myself out of elimination, the only argument I got is out of this whole challenge. Who do you think is your biggest competition?
look, do you want to be the best on your team, or do you want to have the best player on your team? And it's like, don't know that threatening, like low-key threatening him is the way to get him to want to keep you. Threatening / insulting him, right? Because you're also insulting him by being like, I'm the best player and you're not. So I was like, I don't know about that. But Corey says at this point he also really doesn't want to take Tony to the final because he is a strong competitor. They are rivals. Doesn't want to be there with them. Now, Horacio tells Nurys they'll give her whoever she wants, you know, like they're all kind of in agreement that like, look, let us know, give us the word. We're not going to really argue with you too much. Nurys prefers Olivia because she doesn't want it to be Jenny or Casey. But if it's a puzzle, she wants it to be Jenny. Now, Bananas, while they're having this conversation, he's in the corner, like, disgusted. He's like, like, Horacio and Nurys, that's disgusting. They're
Why? So the Horacio and Nurys junior high school vomit fest, I don't necessarily think that that's gonna bode all that well for Era 4. And I'm all for it. If there's two things that
in a relationship, Era 4 is doomed because who's gonna wanna, like, you shouldn't have romance and competition. And I kind of agree. I'm not gonna hold you. I kind of agree. Like, I do think that these little couples do impact people's way of thinking. It makes people dislike people that they wouldn't ordinarily dislike. So I kind of was with Johnny Bananas on that one. I was with Bananas. Now, Casey and Joss are talking as well, and they say the best bet is to go against Paulie. Paulie and Theo, they have beef from previous eliminations. You know, Paulie was always throwing Theo into elimination. So Theo has it out for Paulie, okay? He does not like him. Even in the last season they were together, they just, boom. So at this point, Theo's like, I'm out for blood. I'm ready to go for Paulie. Put me in that joint. Okay, now, I see you. Now, CT, you know, he's obviously talking with people. And CT, he does realize, like, he loves Darrell, but that performance in the challenge was not really giving.
That was a hard sell for me. Is this gonna be a reoccurring thing? Yeah.
I've done.
Am I living on somebody's name from the past?
Me, Brad, or Darrell have to go in against Mark. And Darrell finished in 4th. The obvious answer is...
So he's telling Derek at this point, like, I don't know, like, yeah, we're all friends, yeah, we're all close, but at the end of the day, friendships are not going to win you the $1 million, which I didn't mention at the beginning, but the prize pool this season is $1 million. So at this point, he either says it is either Derek, Brad, or Darrell that has to go in. Now, CT was impressed with Brad's performance, okay? But he was not really impressed with Darrell. He says he cannot count on Darrell right now because of how he performed in the challenge. And again, like, yeah, we're friends, but I can't count on you to win challenges, which is what we're here for. It's called the challenge, after all. So Mark and Rachel also are having a similar conversation inside. They are talking about how, yes, all of them are good friends in Era 1. They've done multiple challenges together. It's been literal years and years and years. But for her, it is between Anissa and Jody to potentially go in. So we get to the chamber. Okay, let's get into it. So each era obviously has their own little separate thing. They're all deliberating. Let's get into Era 1. Off the bat, Derek volunteers to go in to save Darrell. He says, look, you've always had my back, so I'm gonna have yours.
On and off the field. And I don't want this to be hard on one of my best friends. He's such a good person and he's looked out for me in the past. I owe you, dude. And this is the time to step in.
I appreciate it, man.
So
If that's what you really want to do.
And everyone's kind of just like, oh, well. CT's like, if you gonna volunteer, then I mean, that's fair. Look, if I'm on this joint and somebody volunteers, that's fair. Now Rachel at some point proposes that, like, CT should pick the woman to go in, and you know, that of course makes Anissa very upset because CT has always put Anissa into elimination. So she's like, why would you do that? I thought you were my girl. Like, you know that CT will be against me. Era 2, they talk, and Brian wants it to be Brandon because he does not want to, like, go home this time. He thinks, like, you know, Brandon could, you know. Aviv says, I don't have the vendettas that other people have, but on the converse, I also don't really have the relationships that you guys have. So she knows she's kind of in danger with a few people. Kara is like, look, let's just cut to the chase. I'm going to just talk to you guys straight because I know that I'm not changing any of your minds. She says, look, she looks at Laurel. She's like, I just want to cut the beef, and why don't we just work together?
Going forward, you guys have two choices. You know, you can do the predictable. I would feel like it was personal and send me in, pray that I don't come back. Or you can do something completely unexpected and choose to work with me for the new era. Okay, I am a strong competitor. I basically kind of came in second, you know, even though I'm the bottom, I kind of came in second. And I just want to cut through the beef. In this new era, we could work together rather than being against each other because I'm a strong asset to you. And Banana's like, well, I understand, but it's hard to put the drama away. Kara starts word vomiting about her resume, basically. And she's like, what if we work together? Like, you know, let's just erase the drama and think solely about the challenges and the stats within the challenges. And I get it. However, there's been a lot of, like, it'd be one thing if the rivalry was simply on the show, but there's also been things that were said on social media. There's been, like, other people that have gotten entangled in the drama where it's like, it's not just simply that you guys have drama and it's over. It's still actively going on and has been actively going on. So I don't know. For me, I was like, I see you, but like, why would they trust you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would they trust you? But on the converse, I also agree that putting in Kara, to me, does not make sense. Like, Kara is a super strong competitor. If it's a physical comp, Kara is probably coming out against whoever it is. We don't know what kind of comp it's going to be, but like, I don't know. Era 3, Naya says, look, I'm well-rounded, I'm a champ, I have all these stats. You know, she's just trying to tell the people why. Tori says to Amanda, look, I'm not going to kiss your ass, okay? But keeping me protects you as well.
So think that through before you try to get me out. She also tries to pull the, look, we're both here for Nelson, you know, to Corey. And Corey's like, yeah, I'm going to need more than that, though. So, not looking great. And then era 4. Nerese, at this point, is between Olivia and Jenny. Michelle says, look, Olivia is my girl. She's the person I want to protect the most. You know, what Nerese is to you, like, you know, what Horacio is to you, like what you are to each other is what Olivia is to me. So I'm going to stand up and I'm going to protect her. And Nerese says, yeah, but like, you also put her in a tough situation last season. So like, you're saying she's your girl, but you put her in a tough situation last season. Kyland also speaks up and is like, yo, look, like, you also put me and Horacio in that situation last season. So, you know, all of these people are like, you're saying all this, but like, you put us here. So why should we want to save you? That's what I mean, y'all. These competition shows, because I'm also watching Big Brother and recapping that, shameless plug of my other videos. But it's like, people don't realize that these shows, even if it's competition based, they're still the social aspects. There's still the social aspect. And if you F everyone over, they're not gonna want to save you. Now, Paulie, shots fired, okay? He really wants to go in against Theo.
When I asked you as a man, did they throw it? You said, I don't know.
I didn't know.
You knew.
Because they didn't
You
tell me.
knew.
I did to this
You
day.
knew.
Hearing Paulie and Theo going at
And Theo says, you're a coward. Okay, we end off the episode with them going back and forth. And you know what? Let me see that. Let me see that, though. Let me see that. That's where we end the episode, y'all. So we don't know yet. We have not seen the elimination round. We're going to see it next time. But good first episode. As I said, I really like seeing the dynamics. Obviously, a lot of these people have history. A lot of these people have beef. Okay, so I'm excited to see where it's going to go. Anyways, if you've made it to this point in the video, that means you like the video. So please help me drum up engagement on these videos by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It really helps to get the videos out there. And it just, you know, it just lets me know you guys like it. I am also recapping Big Brother. I am doing daily live feed recaps for Big Brother 26. So if you are a Big Brother watcher, there's plenty of Big Brother people on this show, so I know there's overlap. I know there's overlap. If you watch Big Brother, go check those videos out. Those also come out every single day, okay? The challenge videos will be out once a week. Thank you so much for supporting me and supporting the channel, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!